Let me tell you something from the heart. Something I wish more people my age would talk about openly. It's about a habit most folks don't want to admit they have, especially when they get older. I'm talking about masturbation. Yes, that simple, private act many of us grew up feeling awkward about. But here's the truth. When you reach your 60s, 70s, and beyond, this simple habit can actually protect your health in ways you might never expect. It's not just about pleasure anymore. It's about survival, about feeling alive, and about keeping your body and mind working well when most things seem to slow down. Now, I know some might cringe or feel embarrassed hearing this. I get it. Society often makes us feel like old men and women shouldn't be interested in such things. But I'm here to tell you that ignoring this part of yourself can cost you dearly. When I was younger, I didn't think much about masturbation. It was a quick escape, a little comfort during lonely times. But as I aged, I discovered something more powerful hiding in this habit. It's a form of self-care, a way to maintain your health and even protect yourself from certain illnesses. Let me explain why this matters so much. As we get older, our bodies start to lose their resilience. Our immune systems weaken, circulation slows, and the risk of heart problems increases. At the same time, many of us struggle with loneliness, depression, or anxiety. These things pile up like heavy stones on our backs. Masturbating, believe it or not, can lighten that load. When you do it, your brain releases chemicals called endorphins. These are natural mood lifters, helping you feel better, reducing stress, and even improving your sleep. Better sleep means your body gets the rest it needs to heal and function properly. There's more to it than just feeling good for a moment. Masturbation improves blood flow, especially to the pelvic area. Good circulation is essential as we age because it helps keep organs healthy. Poor blood flow can lead to serious problems, including erectile dysfunction in men and vaginal dryness or discomfort in women. By stimulating blood flow through masturbation, you encourage your body to stay healthy and functional longer. I can tell you from experience that keeping this habit alive has helped me avoid some of the common troubles many of my friends suffer from. Some may wonder if masturbation could be risky for older adults. The truth is, when done comfortably and safely, it's very low risk. There's no need to be ashamed of caring for your own body. In fact, ignoring your natural desires and needs can make you feel more isolated and stressed, which is far worse for your health. The act itself is gentle and personal. You control it. You can stop anytime. It is one of the few things in life that you can truly do for yourself with no need to rely on others or feel vulnerable. Now, here is something very important that many seniors don't realize. Masturbating regularly may protect you from heart disease. Yes, you heard me right. Studies have shown that sexual activity, including masturbation, helps improve heart health by lowering blood pressure and reducing stress hormones. And heart disease remains the leading cause of death among older adults. So something as simple as this habit can be a shield against a condition that takes many lives. This is not just about pleasure or loneliness. This is about keeping your heart beating strong. I want to share a little story with you. A close friend of mine, in his late 70s, told me once how he felt embarrassed admitting that he still masturbated. But when he had a minor heart scare, his doctor encouraged him to stay active in whatever ways he could, including sexual activity. It was hard for him to believe at first, but he followed the advice, and over time, he noticed he felt more energetic and less anxious. His heart health improved, and he even regained some strength he thought was gone forever. That simple act helped him find joy and health again when he thought his best days were behind him. There's another reason why masturbating in old age is powerful. It helps maintain your pelvic floor muscles. These muscles support your bladder and bowel control, which often weaken with age. By stimulating these areas, masturbation acts like a gentle workout, helping you avoid embarrassing leaks or other issues that plague many seniors. It helps keep your body strong where it counts. And that strength makes a big difference in how confident and comfortable you feel every day. Mental health is another big piece of this puzzle. As we grow older, many of us struggle with feelings of loneliness or worthlessness. Our bodies change, and sometimes it feels like no one sees us anymore. Not as lovers, not even as people with desires. Masturbation can remind us that we are still alive, still deserving of pleasure, and still connected to our own bodies. It's a way to honor yourself, to be kind to yourself, and to fight back against the loneliness. This emotional benefit is just as important as the physical ones. You may wonder if this habit will become a problem or an obsession. For most people, it won't. Like any healthy habit, balance is key. Masturbating a few times a week can bring benefits without interfering with your daily life. If it ever feels like a problem, it's a signal to pause and reflect, just like with any behavior. But for many of us, embracing this simple act as part of our routine can bring relief and joy we didn't think possible at our age. I want to emphasize one more thing. This habit is private. It's your secret sanctuary. You don't owe anyone an explanation. Whether you live alone or with family, you deserve to have moments where you care for your body in your own way. Respecting this is part of respecting yourself. Don't let shame or stigma rob you of something that can improve your health and happiness. Now, to be clear, masturbation is not a miracle cure. It won't solve every problem you face as you age, but it is a simple, natural tool that can improve your quality of life. Think of it as part of a healthy lifestyle. Alongside good food, gentle exercise, and social connection, it helps you stay balanced. And sometimes these small things make the biggest difference. I know this topic isn't easy for everyone to discuss openly, but the truth is, talking about it can help break the shame and silence. If you have a doctor or a trusted friend you feel comfortable with, consider opening up about it. Many health professionals are aware of these benefits and can offer advice tailored to your needs. You don't have to struggle in silence. In closing, I want to leave you with this thought. Aging doesn't mean losing your desires or your right to care for yourself. On the contrary, it means finding new ways to nurture your body and mind. Masturbation is one of those ways. It's a simple, natural habit that can protect your heart, your mental health, and your independence. It's a quiet rebellion against the idea that getting older means giving up on joy. So if you're over 60, 70, or more, don't be afraid to embrace this part of yourself. It's not just about pleasure, it's about life, health, and dignity. Take care of yourself in every way you can. And remember, the most important relationship you have is the one with yourself. Treat it with kindness. Treat it with respect. And yes, sometimes treat it with a little pleasure. You deserve it. Now let's clear some common questions. What advice can healthcare providers offer to encourage healthy sexual habits, including masturbation in older patients? My friend, you ask a question that is as timeless as life itself, and yet often wrapped in whispers and shadows. What advice can healthcare providers offer to encourage healthy sexual habits, including masturbation, in older patients? Let me share with you the wisdom that comes not just from books, but from the years walked with countless souls through the valleys of aging and the peaks of human connection. Sexual health is not a young person's game alone. It is a dance that can continue gracefully, vibrantly, and with dignity, no matter how many seasons have passed. The key for those who care for our elders is to meet them with respect, openness, and a genuine understanding that intimacy and pleasure are essential parts of the human experience at every stage of life. First and foremost, healthcare providers must create a safe space where older patients feel comfortable speaking about their sexual health. This means gently breaking down the walls of stigma and embarrassment that society has built over the years. Many older adults grew up in times when such topics were taboo, when the very mention of masturbation might have been met with shame or silence. So the provider's role is to open the door quietly but firmly, to show, with words and demeanor, that sexuality is a natural and healthy part of aging. It begins with simple questions, asked kindly and matter-of-factly. Are you experiencing any changes in your sexual desires? Are you comfortable with your current sexual habits? Such questions let the patient know it is okay to discuss these matters, that their feelings and experiences are valid and worthy of attention. When we talk about encouraging healthy sexual habits, including masturbation, it's crucial to emphasize the importance of self-awareness and self-care. Masturbation is not merely a physical act, but a way for older adults to stay in touch with their bodies, their sensations, and their desires. It can provide relief from stress, improve sleep, and even boost mood by releasing endorphins and oxytocin. Many older adults might feel hesitant or guilty about masturbating, thinking it is something only for the young or the solitary. Healthcare providers can gently dismantle these myths by explaining the scientific and emotional benefits in a warm and understanding manner. They can affirm that masturbation is a healthy, normal, and safe way to explore one's sexuality at any age. Encouragement should also come with education tailored to the changes that aging bodies experience. Sexual function may change with time, and that is perfectly natural. For some, lubrication may decrease. For others, sensitivity may change. And for many, energy levels might shift. Healthcare providers can offer practical advice on adapting sexual practices to these changes, such as using lubricants, exploring different positions, or taking things slowly. This is where encouraging masturbation shines because it allows individuals to learn what feels good to them without pressure or expectation. Providers can also advise on how to communicate openly with partners about these changes, fostering intimacy rather than frustration. There is also the matter of health conditions and medications that often accompany aging. Providers should carefully review these with their patients, as some illnesses and treatments may affect sexual desire or function. This is an opportunity to be candid but compassionate, helping patients understand that sexual health is an integral part of overall health. In some cases, simple adjustments in medication or the introduction of specific therapies can improve sexual well-being. Encouraging patients to talk openly about these issues without shame helps remove barriers to seeking help and embracing a satisfying sexual life. Another valuable piece of advice healthcare providers can offer is about safety and consent. Older adults are sometimes overlooked when it comes to sexual health education related to protection from infections or safe practices. Providers should remind their patients that maintaining healthy sexual habits means caring for their bodies and respecting boundaries, whether alone or with a partner. This includes discussing sexually transmitted infections in a non-judgmental way and promoting regular screenings as appropriate. For those who masturbate, providers can offer tips on hygiene and suggest safe, comfortable ways to explore pleasure. Encouraging the use of toys or aids if desired, with proper cleaning, can also add a dimension of joy and novelty to their sexual experience. Importantly, healthcare providers can remind older patients that sexuality is not just about physical acts, but also about emotional connection, fantasy, creativity, and playfulness. Encouraging patients to embrace their sexual selves with curiosity and kindness is a gift. This might mean exploring new ways of thinking about intimacy, perhaps by indulging in erotic literature, imagining scenarios, or simply allowing themselves to feel desire without judgment. Providers who share stories, use humor, or gently challenge old beliefs can help patients rekindle a sense of vitality and wonder about their sexuality. I have learned through my years that sometimes the greatest encouragement is simply the affirmation that sexual pleasure is a right, not a luxury or a privilege reserved for the young. The spark of desire, the capacity to enjoy oneself, does not fade with age unless we let it. Older patients benefit greatly when healthcare providers express genuine belief in their right to pleasure and help them overcome the internalized shame or doubts that society may have implanted over decades. A wise healthcare provider will also recognize that sexual health is deeply personal and diverse. Not everyone wants or needs the same things, and that is okay. Some older adults may not be interested in sexual activity at all, and that choice deserves respect just as much as a vibrant sexual life. For those who do, however, encouragement to explore masturbation can be a wonderful path toward maintaining autonomy and pleasure. Providers can suggest starting slowly, experimenting with touch, and paying attention to what feels good without pressure or guilt. This practice can build confidence and provide a steady source of comfort and joy, especially during times of loneliness or physical limitation. In encouraging healthy sexual habits, it is also worth acknowledging the role of mental health. Feelings of loneliness, depression, or anxiety can dampen sexual desire and pleasure. Healthcare providers should be ready to address these aspects with empathy and support, offering counseling or referrals as needed. Sometimes improving emotional well-being can reignite the flame of sexual vitality. Masturbation can be a form of self-soothing and empowerment, helping older adults reclaim a sense of control over their bodies and desires. To sum it up in the spirit of lived experience, the best advice healthcare providers can give is to approach older patients with openness, respect, and encouragement. Normalize the conversation about sex and masturbation. Educate about bodily changes and practical adaptations. Support emotional health and affirm the right to pleasure. promote safe and consensual practices, and above all, remind each person that their sexuality is an enduring part of who they are, a source of joy, comfort, and connection throughout life's journey. When healthcare providers embrace this wisdom, they become not only caregivers but champions of vitality and dignity in the later chapters of life. And that, my friend, is a noble and beautiful role indeed. How does masturbation compare with partnered sexual activity in terms of health benefits for seniors? The question of how masturbation compares with partnered sexual activity when it comes to health benefits for seniors is a rich and nuanced one. Having walked many miles in the shoes of life, listening to stories whispered in quiet rooms and shouted in moments of joy, I can tell you that both forms of sexual expression carry unique gifts for the aging soul and body. They are not rivals but companions, each offering its own bouquet of benefits that help keep the spirit young and the body thriving well into the golden years. Let us first consider masturbation, often a private sanctuary where one can reconnect with the self. It is a practice that transcends age and circumstance, offering an intimate dialogue between body and mind. For seniors, masturbation can be a remarkable source of comfort and empowerment. It allows one to explore physical sensations without pressure or expectation, to understand what still brings pleasure even as the body changes. In my experience, this self-awareness is priceless. When older adults engage in masturbation, they often experience the release of stress and tension, a gentle flood of endorphins that soothe the heart and sharpen the mind. It is a way to maintain blood flow, keep the nervous system responsive, and preserve muscle tone in the pelvic area. These physiological effects are essential in promoting not just sexual health, but overall well-being. From a mental health perspective, masturbation provides a safe space to embrace desire and pleasure without judgment. Many seniors face loneliness, and masturbation can be a tender companion that alleviates feelings of isolation. It encourages a loving relationship with one's own body, reminding the individual that they are worthy of pleasure and care no matter their age. This can have profound effects on self-esteem and emotional resilience. I have witnessed older folks who, through the simple act of self-pleasure, reclaim a sense of vitality and joy that spills over into other areas of life. It is a quiet rebellion against the societal notion that aging dulls desire. Now let us turn to partnered sexual activity, which brings with it the power of human connection. There is something deeply nourishing about the physical and emotional intimacy shared between partners. For seniors fortunate enough to have a loving partner, sexual activity can be a profound expression of love, trust, and companionship. The health benefits here extend beyond the physical to the emotional and social realms. Partnered sex often leads to the release of oxytocin, sometimes called the cuddle hormone, which fosters bonding and reduces stress. This hormone helps combat feelings of loneliness and depression, which are unfortunately common among the elderly. The physical touch, the closeness, and the mutual vulnerability create a sense of belonging that is essential for mental health. Physiologically, partnered sex encourages cardiovascular health by raising heart rate and improving circulation, much like moderate exercise. It can also strengthen the immune system, promote better sleep, and reduce pain through the release of natural painkillers in the body. The act of being desired and desiring another person has profound psychological benefits, enhancing self-worth and happiness. These factors contribute to a longer, healthier life with a better quality of days. I have often heard older couples describe how their shared intimacy rekindled a spark not just in their relationship, but within themselves. It is a dance of two bodies and two hearts moving in harmony, a celebration of life's ongoing potential. Yet it would be remiss not to acknowledge that partnered sexual activity can also bring challenges as we age. Physical limitations, health conditions, or emotional barriers can sometimes complicate or even inhibit this form of intimacy. For some seniors, the pressure to perform or meet expectations can create anxiety or frustration. Here, masturbation stands as a valuable alternative or complement. It provides a pressure-free environment where one can reconnect with pleasure on their own terms, offering a reprieve and a reminder that pleasure need not always be shared to be fulfilling. In terms of safety, masturbation carries fewer risks. It eliminates concerns about sexually transmitted infections, and the emotional complexities that sometimes accompany partnered sex. For seniors navigating chronic illnesses or medications that affect sexual function, masturbation can be adapted easily to suit their needs and comfort. It is a personal practice that can be done anywhere and anytime, making it accessible and inclusive for many who might otherwise feel excluded from sexual expression. Still, the social and emotional richness of partnered sexual activity cannot be fully replaced by masturbation. The mutual gaze, the shared laughter, the tenderness of touch, all of these weave a tapestry of connection that nurtures the soul. However, the benefits of partnered sex are enhanced when it is rooted in trust, communication, and respect. Healthcare providers who encourage seniors to maintain open dialogue with their partners about desires, limitations, and fears can help keep intimacy alive. When seniors feel safe to express themselves honestly, partnered sexual activity can be a source of profound healing and joy. The comparison between masturbation and partnered sex for seniors is not about which is better, but about understanding how each can serve different needs. Masturbation supports autonomy, self-knowledge, and physical health in a way that is personal and adaptable. Partnered sex offers connection, emotional bonding, and a shared celebration of intimacy. Both foster mental health by reducing stress and improving mood, and both encourage physical well-being through increased circulation and hormonal balance. Together, they form a spectrum of sexual expression that can adapt to the realities of aging bodies and minds. I often counsel that embracing both forms, when possible, is the healthiest approach. Seniors can benefit immensely from a balanced relationship with their sexuality, one that honors their own rhythm and desires while welcoming the joys of connection with another. It is a reminder that life, even in its later chapters, is rich with possibility and pleasure. The body may change, but the capacity for intimacy, joy, and love remains resilient. What truly matters is the attitude toward sexuality itself. If seniors view masturbation and partnered sex as natural and valuable parts of life, they are more likely to experience the associated health benefits. If healthcare providers foster this positive outlook and help remove the stigma or fear, they become champions of not only sexual health but overall vitality. It is about reclaiming the narrative that pleasure and connection are rights, not privileges, no matter how many birthdays have been celebrated. So my friend, when you ask how masturbation compares with partnered sexual activity in health benefits for seniors, think of them as two paths that lead to the same mountain of well-being. Sometimes one path is smoother or more accessible. Sometimes the other is filled with the warmth of companionship. Both nourish the heart, the mind, and the body in their own ways. The wise traveler appreciates both and chooses the journey that feels right for their soul at the moment. Remember, pleasure is not confined by age. It evolves, yes, but it remains an essential ingredient in the recipe of a life well lived. Masturbation offers the sweet solitude of self-discovery and comfort. Partnered sex gifts the joy of shared experience and connection. Together, they paint a fuller, richer picture of sexual health for seniors, one that is vibrant, healing, and full of life's enduring magic. Can embracing masturbation as a natural habit empower seniors to reclaim control over their bodies and aging process? The question you bring before me is one that touches the very core of what it means to grow older with grace, dignity, and a spark of defiant joy. Can embracing masturbation as a natural habit empower seniors to reclaim control over their bodies in the aging process? I say to you, from the depth of many years and many stories lived, that yes, embracing this simple, honest act can become a profound form of empowerment, a way for seniors to take back ownership of their bodies and affirm life on their own terms. You see, as we age, the world often seems eager to tell us that our bodies belong less to us and more to time's relentless march. We hear about decline, loss, and limits, as though the passage of years means surrendering the very essence of who we are. Yet in my experience, the opposite is true. The act of masturbation, a practice as old as humanity, can become a powerful declaration of self-love and autonomy, a daily reminder that our bodies remain ours to cherish, explore, and enjoy, no matter the number of years behind us. Many seniors grow up in eras where masturbation was shrouded in shame and silence. This cultural legacy can create invisible chains, making it difficult for older adults to accept this natural habit as part of a healthy life. But once those chains are broken, what I have seen is nothing short of liberating. When a person embraces masturbation without guilt or hesitation, they reclaim a piece of themselves that society may have tried to take away. This simple act is a form of rebellion against the idea that aging means losing desire, losing control, or losing joy. At its heart, masturbation is a conversation between the mind and body. It invites the individual to listen closely to sensations, to reconnect with what feels good, and to honor their own rhythms. For seniors, this is crucial because aging bodies often change in ways that make sexual pleasure feel different or elusive. Masturbation offers a private, pressure-free space to learn those new rhythms, to discover what still ignites pleasure, and what may have evolved with time. This knowledge restores a sense of mastery over the body, which can otherwise feel foreign or unpredictable. I have witnessed many older adults who, through embracing masturbation, found renewed confidence and comfort in their own skin. This confidence spills over into other parts of life. When you feel that you understand and can respond to your body's needs and desires, you carry yourself with a new sense of pride and strength. It is a reminder that despite the changes brought by aging, your body is still capable of giving and receiving pleasure. And that, my friend, is a powerful antidote to the despair or frustration that sometimes shadows growing older. Moreover, masturbation as a natural habit nurtures mental health in ways that are deeply healing. It reduces stress and anxiety by releasing endorphins and other feel-good hormones, creating moments of calm and joy. For seniors who may face loneliness or social isolation, masturbation becomes a loving act of self-care, a way to nurture their own emotional well-being. It teaches kindness toward oneself and a gentle acceptance of the body's journey. This emotional nourishment is as vital as any medicine or therapy. There is also a remarkable physical benefit. Regular sexual activity, including masturbation, promotes blood flow, keeps the pelvic muscles toned, and can even improve sleep quality. These factors contribute to maintaining a healthier body and can delay or mitigate some aspects of physical decline. In this way, masturbation is not just a pleasure, but a practice of preservation and renewal. It helps seniors stay in tune with their physical selves, fostering resilience and vitality. Embracing masturbation also challenges the widespread notion that aging means sexual silence. This misconception can make seniors feel invisible or undeserving of pleasure. By openly acknowledging masturbation as a natural, healthy habit, seniors affirm that their sexuality is alive and valid. This affirmation itself is empowering, a reclaiming of voice and identity. It declares loudly and clearly that pleasure does not have an expiration date. In my many conversations with older adults, I have heard how reclaiming masturbation helped them break free from the limiting stories they told themselves. Instead of thinking that their bodies were betraying them, they began to see their bodies as wise companions, deserving of care and celebration. This shift in perspective is transformative. It invites a gentler, more loving relationship with aging and with the self. Healthcare providers who support this embrace play a crucial role. When they normalize masturbation and provide guidance free of judgment, they open doors for seniors to explore and express their sexuality without shame. They help dismantle decades of stigma and offer validation that can change lives. This support reinforces the idea that seniors deserve pleasure and control over their bodies just as much as anyone else. There is a certain magic in the autonomy masturbation offers. Unlike partnered sexual activity, which requires communication and consent from another, masturbation is fully in the hands of the individual. For seniors who may face physical or emotional barriers to partnered sex, this autonomy can be especially empowering. It becomes a source of personal freedom, a way to experience intimacy and pleasure without relying on anyone else. This independence nurtures self-reliance and pride in one's body. Furthermore, embracing masturbation as a natural habit encourages exploration and curiosity, qualities that keep the mind youthful and engaged. It invites seniors to experiment, to discover new sensations or techniques, and to continue growing in their understanding of themselves. This playful attitude towards sexuality is a balm for the soul, reminding us that life is about ongoing discovery, no matter our age. The emotional impact of this cannot be overstated. When seniors reclaim control over their sexual pleasure, they often feel a renewed sense of purpose and joy. It is a quiet but profound victory over the narratives of decline that society imposes. It says, "I am here, I am whole, I am worthy of pleasure and happiness." This mindset can ripple outward, influencing how seniors approach other aspects of their lives, from relationships to self-care to personal goals. To be clear, embracing masturbation is not about replacing partnered intimacy, but about complementing it, or standing alone when needed, with confidence and grace. It is about recognizing that pleasure and connection come in many forms, and that each person deserves to find their own path. For some, masturbation becomes a lifeline. For others, a joyful addition to a rich sexual life. Either way, it empowers seniors to navigate aging with strength and self-compassion. So to those who wonder whether embracing masturbation can help reclaim control over the body in the aging process, I say this: it can be one of the most personal and profound acts of empowerment available. It is a way to nurture the self, to honor the body's wisdom, and to reject the shame that so often clouds our later years. It is a celebration of life, pleasure, and the enduring spirit within. In my many years of witnessing human lives unfold, I have seen this truth again and again. When seniors embrace masturbation as a natural, healthy habit, they often find themselves standing taller, feeling freer, and living with a renewed zest. They remind us all that aging does not mean fading away, but rather evolving into a fuller, richer version of ourselves. Bodies alive with sensation, hearts open to joy, and spirits unbound by time's passage. This, my friend, is the gift of embracing masturbation. It is a reclaiming of power, a loving care of the self, and a vibrant assertion that the journey of pleasure and self-discovery continues, always. If you liked today's discussion, don't forget to like the video. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to stay updated with every video we release. And yes, don't forget to share your experiences and thoughts in the comments. Every comment is special to us. Your feedback helps us improve further. We'll continue to meet you in every new video on this channel. So until next time, take care.